Yo, Jonathan Michael Jones, you know what I'm saying, man? D-Fame famous Facebook freestyle artist. Always on my grind all the time, every day. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me anything off the track. But what I want to say is this. Everything that I do, you know, as far as being like, you know what I'm saying, they say, you look high, you look like this, you look like that. You got people following you, you know what I'm saying? You got followers, you got people who listen to you too. Especially being on live international intercom. You got people that sit up there that, you know, I was put on an live international intercom, defense on Facebook, and a real record deal. Jonathan Michael Jones, JONATHONMIKLJONES, UNLSTD. MADEMUZIC, money sign, money sign, money sign, money sign, money sign, money sign. And so, now what I was saying was this. So everywhere I go, what I'm fully in my awareness and moving on the right thing, it says self-made music records. Self-made music records. Self-made music records. Just like that. So they got people, you know what I'm saying, running around that's going against me, who I go against, who I press down on. You know what I'm saying? And press down on, you know what I mean? I use certain type of techniques in promoting. Because there's certain type of people who just don't know when to just quit messing with people. And Arizona's a real big state of identity theft. It's a real big state of people that disrespect people, talk crap to people through the internet, talk crap to people through cell phones, manipulate people through cell phones, whether you're business minded, whether you got little businesses, whether you got music businesses, whether you got entertainment businesses, whether you just cash a check, whether you just send somebody down to the store with 50 cents, whether you just send somebody down, whether you got change on the flow. They got some shit to cover it up, saying they didn't pick the shit up. And then manipulate you about it, saying they didn't pick it up. But then they over there want to put their 2 cents in with what you got going on. So, my name is Jonathan Michael Jones. Listen to Self-Made Music. I'm a freestyle artist. Listen to Self-Made Music, freestyle artist. D-Fame famous on Facebook. Check me out on YouTube too as well. So YouTube is nice. I'm gonna start getting business cards and things made like that. You know, it's one thing about being in the world of sleep. It's another thing about being in the world and then you sitting up there talking about sleep talk. Now, whoever this person is, he's sitting up there talking about sleep talk now. Then he's talking about, you know, there's certain individuals that I don't want to say no names, but I'm going to leave that for later on. But I'm the type of person that allow my promotions to do the talking for itself. So I have to sit down and write out a new promotion line, which is going to be the same promotion line. My promotion lines are always the same. So, check me out. I'm from Tulare, California. Last name Jones. Jones. Giving up, we don't give up. I don't give up, and it's not like something like saying, yo, giving up is like something we're just, I'm over here promoting something and promoting my lungs out and nothing ain't gonna never happen. You know, you get that dreaded feeling like somebody's trying to make you sit up there, watch you do all this running around, sit there watching you, listening to you do all of this promoting. And then right at the end of the promoting, they like, you lose and I win. So it's like, you know what I mean, and then somebody, you know what I mean, and it's like, no matter what, that's why I have a secret connection. Your good, another's bad means my good. So it's like, yo, that's the best thing you can have in life. I'm 3 links down. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me write that down as a freestyle. I'm 3 links down. But shout out to all the followers. You know what I'm saying? A multi-millionaire. No, we ain't no multi-millionaire. There's probably a multi-millionaire that linked his voice to my intercom that another individual is supposed to be using as promoting wise. That installed some promotions and sit up there lazy as hell watching the next individual supposed to be sleeping, and then as soon as they wake up, they know when their feet hit the floor, they turn international, and then they want to link that person's voice to your intercom, and then sit back and talk shit and try to fame you famous, drunk and high, in your name and voice, putting hits on your shit. And the promotions ain't even, and if they did still some promotions, the promotions ain't shit. It's like, what, 10 G's a month? 10 G's a month. I got over, how many promotions, Sam? I got over 500,000 promotions set up, and that ain't even a record deal. So when I get ready to sign promotion deals to my label, Some Music Records, and that's 10 G's a month. I got business paperwork down to the T stating I should be making 40 grand a month. That's almost 50 G's a month out of Phoenix, Arizona. That's just recording, doing shows at the All-Star games. You know what I'm saying? These things are like little package deals and stuff. Songs in and out. And that's just freestyling on the internet, through the internet. And that's just promoting little shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just promoting shit way across the goddamn, you know what I'm saying, Great Barren Strait, American pipeline of the Peruvian Bay. Boosting Hong Kong and stuff like that. But my new mixtape, Man Money Motivation, gonna come. That's gonna be hot. But like I was saying, this is your boy John the Michael Jones of the Showman Music. Setup is not a setup. Deep Fat Famous on Facebook. See, what it is this. I got techniques of promotions. And people that go against me don't know that I've been trained to switch promotions faster than a nigga can take his shoes off. And these promotions are long. So if you ain't aware of these promotions, a lot of these people just living covered up. They just living covered up. Just see, and then I listen to my promotions, but anyway, and they're just living covered up, being asked questions. Now, if you get into the presence of the real promotion star that's been a victim, and trust me, believe me, you don't want to take your ideas. People want to take them serious. Per artist, per about pistol artist, has written deep fan, shine last the multi-man regular travel, last the multi-man lawsuit. But don't forget where you come from. Don't forget what got you to where you are. Don't forget what situations you've been through that you can go back and do his homework and make a person realize, look, you ain't getting away with what you done. Now, it's better to handle business without the cash, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's better to handle business without the cash than to be handling business if you was chain down, Gucci down, Louis Vuitton belts and all type of shit, hopping flights back and forth to different states and shit. You know what I'm saying? All of this and all of that, and all of this and all of that. Because in the end, your promotion game is right. You doing everything right. But what they ain't doing right is they living on the internet just like you. They richer than you. Some of them even have stolen from you. Some people have hurt your feelings, hurt your people, tormented you to death, talk ill will down the street. So when it comes down to it later on of really saying what it is and what it ain't, when you step up in that courtroom double talking or not, do you deny the fact that you was on the internet? Do you deny the fact that you were living live on the intercom around this time, a certain point of time and predicament? When they ask that question, whether you rich, whether you poor, whether you was pushing out a baby screaming and yelling, they ask you that question, so shit go down around in that time in that era, it's just like living on a timeline. You will be held accountable for everything you fucking do. So check this out. This is John the Michael Jones. Unless you sell my music, freestyle artists on Facebook, D Fame Famous. Granted a real record deal, but also on YouTube. I nothing but love for everyone. Shout out to Fire and Water. Shout out to all the people that I be sitting out there sincerely trying to push out there, man, and be supportive on things. You got another man sitting up there telling another man he ain't gonna get this, he ain't gonna get that. This is all about my life. Look, I'm 5'8". This nigga 6 feet tall. I'm 5'8". This nigga 6 feet tall, and it ain't my goddamn roommate either in a rubber suit. It ain't nothing like that. He's using my roommate as a way to get to me, to get to other people, so he can keep blaring on the intercom and then promising people he gonna come through with a record deal. I got my own record label. Now, if the nigga was like, yo, as much as Jonathan promoted for him, I should be able to promote for this nigga like that. But shit, he done stole from me and shit, I believe, you know what I'm saying, in certain areas. But anyways, like I'm saying like this, self-made music record is being promoted by the mind of me. I like what a young king folks said out here one day. He said, nigga, my third eye done been busted open. Nigga, I know more shit than a lot of niggas don't know. You feel me? So there's certain people that sit up there talking about, you know, there's certain people names and stuff like that. But then, how are you going to sit up there and try to say you're going to sue this person, sue that person, but we got your names on shit about you doing heinous things to people, and it's probably people you even know. They want you to hop out the bin. They want you to hop off the bus, go ham on a nigga. They want you to walk down the street and just violently attack somebody. They want to see you do wrong. And a lot is more is what people think they don't know. There's a lot of crooked people in this world that want you to not succeed. So you got to look at it just like it says on these hands. Loved by few and hated by many. So there's people that's going to fall at the wayside of everything you do when you being self-independent. And there's times when I do these live videos and I go back and I look at my own videos. And I look at things that I said and done. And it reminds me of stuff that I was going through at that time. But like I said, there's times that things need to be exploited. There's some people that's just gonna sit back and listen. They gonna sit back and just listen to this shit like, that's funny. That's always gonna be for life. You always gonna have the doers and don't doers. I don't know about anyone else. I was raised to be a doer and a leader, not a follower. I was raised to be an individual too. Don't, nigga, when you put your shoes on, don't sit up there and drag your goddamn feet. Pick your feet up and walk right. The shoes will last longer. Work for what you want. Get for what you want. There's certain things that I'm living live on this intercom in a female voice, a victim, because the ex-girlfriend 5 years ago turned out the bitch can sing. Can't sing like me, but I heard she trying to get a little music career going and stuff like that underneath with some labels, some Hispanic folks, you know how it is. And then turn around trying to sacrifice your shit as compensation for her shit, and been supposed to been doing this for years. And when I say sacrifice, I'm not saying sacrifice like we gonna sit up there and chop your ass up or beat you to death and stuff. Mentally torment you to a point where you just like what they calling can't think on your own no more. So somebody didn't attach the intercom to you. It's like putting toothpicks through hors d'oeuvres. You got a long toothpick. You put one on in. That one, okay, he can't fight no more, so we slide him down the stick. Now I'm going to put my intercom through his ass, and when everything I'm doing is saying is going to be protruded through this piece of meat everywhere. Okay, I done ran to his shit. So I'm going to put on another piece of meat right there, and then, okay, he can't talk no more, so I'm going to do all this talking right now, and I'm going to talk through their neck and voices and shit. Through their neck and through their bones and everywhere and shit. So this is the type of stuff we talking about. They know who I am. They know what the fuck I be saying. And it ain't crazy. Because it's one thing to be sitting there talking, you know this and you know that, but it's another thing to say, yo, we know what's going down. This is Phoenix, Arizona we talking about. See, if I'm positioned out here in Phoenix, Arizona, you cannot sit up there and deny the simple fact when a light-skinned half-breed nigga come around, you know, even Reverend Jesse James talked to me through the radio broadband. He's saying like this. He's saying, this young man, he can go into a church. This man can go into a building. This man can go outside. This man can go out here, go out there. Your name's being promoted outside. And mind you, don't take it lightly and say, he did himself like that. Don't believe that goddamn shit. In 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 2013, I was being called a multi-millionaire. And don't even know about it. But we gonna pay you your money. You a multi-millionaire, Jonathan Michael Jones. You don't even know about it. Jonathan Michael Jones. Oh, we gonna pay him his money. Rim, rim, rim. Little weird noises and shit. You know, things like this that I'm sitting up there talking about, like, what the hell is all of this noise? Some people just went ahead and did crazy ass shit with some money. Like, nigga, I'm paying this shit, nigga, let me run over here and do this and that, nigga, like I'm God, like, nigga, you gotta kill for the pussy. And ain't married it yet. So like I was saying, you know what I mean? And then they saying it's not a man. Yes, I am a goddamn man. 5'8", bald head, Mr. Clean, D-Fang Famous on Facebook. And I just want people to know, check me out, follow me. I'm D-Fang Famous. I love doing what it is that I love to do. Jonathan Michael Jones, I listen to some music. They always saying you're rich. all this stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Meek Mill, Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Like I say, the reason why I bring up Robert Raheem Williams. See, look, these people inside there trying to break down your name. You know what I mean? Like they done broke down a body or something. You know what I'm saying? Look, they done took your head off. You know what I'm saying? They just be holding all this stuff. So, what we gotta do, what I'm doing now, is staying steadily promoting and being famous through Facebook. It's called the change of mind and then the change of promotions for others. And then on top of that, we got certain people that sit up there. Okay, who we got? We got Chris Brown. These big ass boosters are real ass boosters. This man or this female or this label that goes against me out of Phoenix, Arizona, through my intercom, these people are sitting there getting deals. What? French Montana, Coke Boy South. All he has to do is tell me who did what to who. That's French Montana, Coke Boy South. Let me know who's using these promotions for this through these individuals, and we gonna see who's doing what to whom. Now, when it comes down to sacrifice, means no sacrifice. Shut up, not no shut up. But it sucks and it's hurtful when you doing everything that you supposed to be doing and the state knows about it, and it seems like, yo, the more homework you do, the more they want to make you seem like, yo, you can't do. It's like, let's study this man, see how far his limits are, and then let's cut him short of his abilities at times. That is against the law. That's like me saying, you ain't allowed to work these hours of your day job because you outwork me. You're just too fast at running track than me, so you can only run half the track. Because I've been known to promote like this, and he's just too big of a goddamn intercom, and no, I'm not promoting all of that. Now I don't want to be asked questions like, are you the one promoting this all goddamn day when he goes to promoting? And then when I'm not promoting and he goes promoting, and I'm busy doing something else, they turn around and then say, well, what was Jonathan Michael Jones promoting, which is me, ID, state ID, birth certificate, social security card, all that good shit. Well, since I can't promote all the way over there like that, he boosts international. Well, does it work if I have ability, if I could just shoot him to death? And just take his link and then just say that this is what's going on and all of this stuff and all of this? Then the dude manipulates people in the street of Arizona saying, granted, or granted for them and shit. And then they just local ass individuals while you going against this individual way across the state. This other individual, he get mad because you ain't, I guess, playing around with him and shit. And then he wants to just start shooting at you, making himself known in the streets out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And then have you all shot the fuck up by you doing what you supposed to be doing, serving your people, supporting your people, protecting your people. And he over here taking shots at you. And then the dude saying, and then the dude saying, And then he sit up there saying, he says, but then he's saying, God forgive me. And then he's talking to people through an intercom into an organization building. And then he said, you lost. But who the fuck is granted this shit? And then they just sitting up there using extensions voice. So basically it's like you living underneath the skin of me and then turn around, and then that's why I do my homework. Because there's people sitting up there living behind the lines, acting like they got everything and knowing they ain't got shit, and then banking on the whole aspect of saying, I done built a good line connected to them, now let's try sacrificing them. They're all laid up, drinking and smoking somewhere, which is fucked up because you're like drinking, everybody drinks and smoke, Jay. Everybody's contributed to this. Which in reality, no, everybody's not. Because there's a certain type of way to do things. There's a certain type of way. See, this is the type of stuff that people don't know when you start getting headways. So, Jay, you mean to tell me there's people that could drink and smoke and fuck people up? Well, yes it is. Dude, all you gotta do is do a study. You do studies on every goddamn thing else. Sit a motherfucker down in a chair. Hit this pipe. I believe some of these people promoting illegally is worse than having AIDS. Because it's silently killing people. They're not sitting up there, he's saying, there you go. No, y'all been doing this shit when y'all fucked me up in Clover 3. When I had done all my promotion for 2 years and probation for 2 years, Meek Mill was promising me a record deal. All this stuff is going to go down my investigation, because when we subpoena that ass to go to court, you cannot sit there and say, nigga, you didn't know this man? Prove it. I do probation for 2 years, get off, and then right after they've been promising me a record deal with Dream Chasers and certain people down south, knowing I'm on an international intercom, he wants to sit there and take his black ass to jail. He goes to jail for 2 years, and then the 2 years I'm following this man, doing homework, he wasn't even in jail. But I get hurt, I get sacrificed in Phoenix, Arizona. I get covered up the whole time. I'm getting shot at, electrocuted through the teeth. This is the shit that people was saying around me. Protruding through my intercom. Protruding through the public ears of people. Through keen conversation. It's like a canine blowing whistle. Owner blows a whistle to a dog. A human may not hear that keen ass whistle, but I guarantee you that dog, no matter where he be 2 miles down the block, that motherfucker come running back because he's blowing it because he needs it for a purpose, and it's probably time to eat. This is that type of shit I'm talking about. This is why I'm doing all of these recordings, posting this shit on YouTube. Because eventually somebody's going to watch this shit, start catching on to it, and I'm from YouTube and Facebook. It's not hard to distinguish a promotion, especially when shit is boosting. Now, shooting people in the back of the head. Certain things that I don't do. Sacrifice, don't sacrifice, set up, not a setup. But it feels like at times you being compensated for other celebrities that's putting their names on contracts and saying, yo, do me in. But you got a secret connection somewhere down south saying, look, I know this nigga on the intercom down in Phoenix, Arizona. All you got to do is play like you know and be cool with him. I'll sacrifice his ass out there. Cover it up. Play like, you know what I'm saying, we ain't doing shit. And then shit, we can run through him all as much as we want. And then y'all get signed a record deal, get paid, and just pay me half the dollars. So that's what I was saying. When after 2 years of promoting, you know what I'm saying? And then that was when I was promoting Desert Classics. Everybody knows that I had this female Jessica's voice. Everybody knows that I promote female voices. Everybody knows I talk silently. People that know me, people that have heard of me. That's why I've gained interest in people listening to me at times. But I don't want to hold up all the time in the world. But check this out. When it comes down to it, and there's millions of Jessicas out in the world. Millions. But out of all these millions, later on down the road, ask these certain individuals around me whether they can double talk or not double talk. See, because it's one thing being able to say, yo, yeah, I kind of probably talk through a phone, this individual would say. But how about if we brought the real individual around you, mind you, and he has a connection that not only allow you to talk through a phone, but you can double talk to him too. You don't have that double talk connection going on around you. You just talking shit, living on an intercom. But when you get around a real individual, you can talk without using your mouth. So this is the type of stuff they saying, yo, put him in the other room, bring these other people inside the room, and watch them double talk. And when you take away that social connection, they'll be stuck without it. See, this is the type of stuff that we gonna start doing. So, they sitting back saying this is the biggest deal. So I got a couple people in jail. I got a couple people in prison. I got a couple people that knew what's, and then you got Loretta saying say her niece's name, Adriana Begay. Stole from me. Then we got Laura Flint from Michigan. We can't forget things as vantage point type stuff. We can't forget things where people sat up there and had hurt me a long time ago off of 50-50 and Camelback. Way over there on the vantage point when I got hit in the side of the head. And all kinds of other little stuff. This type of stuff was going on then. That's why there's certain things